wide age gap, and but Mia Khalifa is appearing on this podcast with Emily Ratajkowski, and the two of them are talking about men dating younger women, or people in general that are dating with a wide age gap. And the opinion that Mia Khalifa expressed and that Emily Rada was in accordance with has upset the internet. So I will let you take a listen to that right now.
Any guy who goes after a girl significantly younger than them is severely lacking in their life. And I mean that confidence-wise. I mean, like, they are falling short in so many places that is the only place they can turn to feel like they have something on the scale of power.
And ultimately it's predatory. There's just no way to because you're manipulating someone who is not aware of what they're giving you, and it's unfair.
So I don't entirely disagree with the conversation that they're having. The first thing that I'll say is I think that Mia is coming from this genuinely, where she has seen the insides of an industry where a lot of young women are being taken advantage of, and she's giving her opinion that men in power tend to go after really young women. Emily Ratajkowski is dealing with her divorce. We know that Sebastian Baer cheated on her, probably with a younger woman, so she's nodding her head and agreeing, not because she has a thoughtful opinion, but because she wants to believe that her husband is a monster, and not just that they were in a very dysfunctional relationship. But
she's absolutely right. You have two women that are speaking from a bitter place. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and go ahead and hit the like button right now. Today, I'm going to be reacting to Candace Owens, who is going to be reacting to Mia Khalifa, stating that older men dating younger women have a problem.
On the topic of people dating with really big age gaps, I think there's probably a little more nuance. I find it problematic, and I do think that it probably does remark on confidence and a power structure. When you have a person like Scott Disick, he's a part of the Kardashian clan, Kourtney Kardashian's baby daddy, he makes me uncomfortable. He does. I find it very weird that he waits for young women to turn 18, and the moment that they turn 18, he dates them. He did this with Sophia Richie, and he's had a slew of other women who he's dated that literally the day they turn 18, suddenly Scott Disick is dating them as if he was waiting for their birthday to go off. And
the reason why a lot of guys are doing this, especially in Hollywood, is because the higher you go up with money, the worse the women get. And a lot of these women are around 25, 26, 27, up into their 30s because they learn the game. Hollywood is filled with gold-digging women that are seeking status. So when she starts talking about guys that were with the Kardashians and guys that are in Hollywood that seek younger women, or even rich men that seeking younger women, it's because a lot of women above the age of 18 have already been damaged by the time they get to 30. So men get smarter with age. And as they get smarter, they start to look at what's going to make them happy. What makes them happy is getting a younger woman who hasn't been manipulated in the wrong way. What do I mean? A lot of women feel liberated. They can run and do what they want to do. They can be bosses, but they typically run themselves into a wall. And then when they run themselves into the wall, they become the worst version of themselves. Well, a lot of these guys in Hollywood and in that life, that's all they come across are good-looking women with bad intentions who have been manipulated. See, you have these young girls that are going to go seek popularity, and then they end up in these rooms and they end up in these parties doing things they don't want to do. But they're there. They know they're going to do it, but for some reason, they don't know why they're there. They just know they're around celebrities, and then things go left and it scars them. So the next time they are around certain guys, they're there to set them up, or they're there to use the men. Well, guys in Hollywood are used to women trying to use them, so they would rather date a younger girl who has yet been scarred. You also see this in Leonardo DiCaprio.
Then it doesn't make sense. Like, what does a 40-year-old man, he's 40, have in common, or what is he even discussing with an 18-year-old girl? It doesn't make sense. I'm 33, and the idea of me going on a date with an 18-year-old boy, and I say boy because that is how I would feel about an 18-year-old boy, it just doesn't make sense. And the idea that she's 18, but she's so mature and has experience, I'm not really buying into that. I think it's problematic when you're dating people that are closer in age to your son, Miss Mason Disick, who I think is maybe 12 or something like that, than they are to you. So I do think that is a power thing, it is a confidence thing, and there's something that just creeps me out about it, and I'm not.
It's not necessarily a power thing. A lot of these women want the older men because a lot of guys their age are just not mature enough to handle them. I've personally seen girls only date older guys because older guys are established. When women get in that life and they get around Los Angeles, they get around Miami, they get around New York, they realize it's very expensive to live there. And they don't want to work 90 hours a week. The pretty girls at a young age that get put in the spotlight faster or get put around these guys faster or around that lifestyle faster, they don't want to go and work and be no waitress. They don't want to go to school when it's easier for them to just submit to a guy with money and get everything they want. Just as much as the guys are dating the younger women for fun, the younger women are dating the older men for a come up. Look at how many girls be dating 60, 70-year-old men and marrying them just for the money. Women's true nature is hypergamy. It doesn't matter. They're always in survival mode. The more they are around an environment they cannot survive in on their own, the more they're going to rely on a man. These girls want the celebrity lifestyle. They want to live that lifestyle. The only way you're going to get it is being with a celebrity. And most celebrity men are older than the women.
Not trying to be judgmental. It's creepy. I thought very creepy when Celine Dion married that old man named Renee. I mean, she was 14 when he was hitting on her. I think that she's a victim. I know, because I was 18 at one point, a girl's mind is just not fully developed when she's 18 years old. She is, for lack of a better word, a child. And things are a little different. I mean, those years are very significant. The difference between even an 18-year-old and a 22-year-old is astounding. There's a lot more life experience that goes into that period because obviously you're leaving your household when you're 18. If you're going to college, that is, you're going to university, you have a little more life experience. You're not living under your parents' protection. So
what the people are not taking into play is the amount of the internet ages you. We could easily say these kids' brains are not developed. They're not developed because they're half matrix and half real. A lot of people, especially younger generation Z, they're like 18 going on 40 because of the amount of information that they're getting from their phone every second and every hour. They spend so much time on the internet that they're able to be smart and think that they have matured. That's where the problem's at. It's kind of like they've learned so much that they feel like they have maturity. And when you sit around a lot of these 18 and 21 and 22-year-old, they talk like old people, like they done been through so much in their life that they don't know what's going on. That's what we have going on. Children are aging their brain faster through the smartphones, and their brains are aging faster than what their body biologically is doing based off the amount of information that they're getting at the speed that they're getting. That's the problem that's having. Kids now have too much information going on in their brain that they can't get it to structuralize to see straight, so they seek direction.
I do agree that it can sometimes be weird, but there are also people that have age gaps and they're completely irrelevant. I think if you're talking just about really young women, there are definitely questions to be asked about what the man is looking for in that relationship. Now, saying all of that, I also want to say that it's not weird that men like younger women. So if you're talking about a 65-year-old man and he's gone after a 26-year-old younger woman, it's like that age gap, okay, it is stupid. We know why he's with her. It's because she's hot and she's young. And men like hot girls, like I like good food. So let's not problematize the fact that people prefer, an older man would prefer a girl that's better looking. You would hope that he would have the emotional maturity to stay with somebody and to grow into old age and to still see those beauties. And I think that a spiritual connection is so much more important than a physical connection for those very reasons.
I have to agree with her. Spiritual connection is way more important, but that spiritual connection sometimes has to be built at a younger age and it has to grow into the older age. You take a man who's been married in his younger age and he experienced a lot of marital problems. When he get around 40 years old, if he's established, he's not looking to get married. He's just looking to have fun. That's how men are when they get older. They want peace and quiet. And sometimes a younger woman is going to give you peace and quiet as long as you give her what she wants. As long as you take care of her, you would not have any aggravation. That's what most men are dating younger women for. Do you have couples that are going to get together and stay together for 20, 30 years? Yes, but it is extremely rare in today's world. Today's world, women are just free. They're sleeping around and doing whatever with whoever. So you can't really stop and say like, oh, the girls should not be dating the older guys and the older guys should not be dating the older girls. This is what you gave women the rights to do, is to not be controlled by men and to make their own decisions. And the decisions that they're making is in survival mode. I keep telling you guys, Women don't want to be business owners. Women don't want to be like Candace Owens, bro. Women want the celebrity lifestyle because that's what they've been programmed to. And only, not all, but for the most part, only an older man can give it to her.
See, the best guy? No. Is it understandable why a guy might like a younger woman with a larger age gap between the two of them? Absolutely. So you can give me your comments and yell at me and disagree, but that's my stance on the discussion that they had. All right, guys, next portion.
Okay, I kind of disagree with Candace Owens on this, even though I disagree with her on a lot of things. I just feel like in today's modern world, most of these women have men by their hands. They already know that. Most younger women are going towards the older guys for the money, for the attention. It is so much easier for them to do that than to go to college. Every girl is not trying to be that independent woman that works 90 hours a week, even though society gave them the option to do so. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys get the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.